Greetings. Today is Shadow Work Sunday at Little Discovery Corner. I think I'm going to alternate today with my Philosopher's deck. Let's see what questions they have to chew on today. Alright. Anything for the viewer today? Am I holding all humans as equally deserving of my love and respect? The true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do him absolutely no good. Okay. It's definitely something to think about. Are you treating all connections with respect? Are you taking, is there anyone you're taking for granted? With the love, care, attention, service they're giving you? Or are you giving them due return for everyone who's been feeding you emotionally as best they can from the bottom, just out of genuine care and love? Are there any connections like that you feel may be taking for granted? Like you don't communicate them as well with these individuals as well as you could be. You don't, when they come to you with concerns, maybe you have a tendency to kind of brush them off, like, oh, you're second in command. I don't really need to listen to your opinion, right? I've experienced that before, and sometimes I've been guilty of that. And if there's and if someone if there's nothing you can get out of them, if there's nothing your ego can get out of this person, whether it's material goods or just like attention, would you treat them the same way, right? That's a good question to think about. Maybe I'll draw one more. Anything else? How can I acknowledge situations that trigger me as opportunities to practice courage? Courage is knowing what not to fear. Plato. So, it's something I've touched on recently. What triggers you in certain connections? What makes you feel afraid? Why do you think you're afraid of that? Like if someone is not reacting the way you were hoping they would react to the stimulus you were introducing. If you know they want something from you, such as maybe an apology or just openness and vulnerability, accountability, what about that scares you? Is that, are you afraid that it make you feel less of a person, right? To be accountable, to be vulnerable with like low emotions, like, oh, I feel sad when this happens, or I feel hurt when this happens, or I know this was hurtful situation for you to be in. It's actually a hurtful situation for me to be in. Is it hard to acknowledge that because you feel like those were emotions and reactions that were rejected in the conditions you were brought up in, for example? And that's something we've been touching on a lot on this channel recently. Childhood wounds, childhood traumas. Okay. All right, I think I'll leave it there. Leave something to chew on. I'll see you next time.